It's very easy to add titles in Premiere Pro. So easy. The best way to do it is put your playhead over where you think that title is going to go, or that graphic, and I want it right up after my the cross dissolve that brings it up for the first time. So right there. And there's a couple ways you can do that. You can say new title here. You can see new title here. Sorry, or you can just do Command or Control T. And then this little window shows up. It's very important that you name your titles because typically videos have lots of titles. They can have lots of titles. So I would name this like intro or something like that. You don't need to worry about that. It's going to match the sequence that you're working on. And here you go. So what it does is it shows you the image of where you left your playhead. And so that's where I stop the playhead. And it's very easy. It's just like a word processor. I can just go in here and do lots of things. So I can say, this is called moving dirt. All right. Well, that I could leave it there. That's not too bad. Or I could, use all the tools that we have here. Some of the tools, if you really want it centered, you use these centering tools. This one centers it horizontally or vertically, I mean, this direction, and then this one will center it the other way. But you definitely do not have to do that. You can have it wherever you want it. You can change the font, of course, to whatever you want. Ooh, that's a perfect font for that. You can change the size by clicking and entering it number or dragging. Um, You can change the color of it. So if I didn't want it white, I would make it white here, but oh, actually that's kind of good too. That's even more visible. You can add a stroke on it if you want. Um, so let's see, we don't want an inner stroke, we want an outer stroke, which is kind of weird with this type of font, but so let's just pick something different so we can see it. Oops. Actually, let's do something green. I don't know why I want green, but there's a stroke, so it strokes all the outside plus all the little parts inside. So you can do a shadow, and you can also make a background instead of using a photo or a video. You can, if you just wanted to put it on a color, you can do that. Let's pick something light so we can see what we're looking at. So that's what you can do. Now, the other cool thing about this is there's a bunch of presets. So you can also do a bunch of presets. I'm going to turn this background off. And it will basically apply that preset to whatever text is there. And the cool thing is if you find a preset that you like I like this one, but I don't like the colors necessarily. I can change the colors. The ones that are, no matter if they're gradients or whatever. Let's find another one I like. I don't know. Don't love a lot of these, but like maybe I like this one, but I don't like the stroke on it, so I can actually turn the stroke off. Right? So that is the cool thing. So once you are done with this, you don't have to save it. You just close it, and it will end up showing up over here in your files. I again like to make a title bin. So let me scoot these over a little bit so we can see our controls. So I do titles, and then I go find that one I just made, which is, it makes it whatever folder you're in, and drop it into titles, and there we go. All right, and then to use it, all I have to do is take it and drop it on a video track that is on top of whatever video I want it to play on. So there we go. All right, and I can apply transitions to this. So if I wanted to fade in, I can. The cool thing, I remember I told you about default transitions. If with this selected, I can do a Control D, which is default, and it will apply that that default transition on either side. I can change those if I want them shorter or longer or whatever, but here we go. So this is a really, very easy peasy way to put on a title. Now, if you find a look for a title that you like and you know you're going to use it again and again and again, the easy thing, you can duplicate it very easily. So all you have to do is open up that title that you like what you did, and there's a little button right here that says new title based on current title. If you click that, it's going to set up a new title. So you can say, I don't know, title 2. I would name it something better than that, probably whatever I was going to say. Let's just say, I'll just say tractors or something like that. All right, so there we go. And so I can now type over it. Make sure up here that it does have the new name, so you're not changing the original one, because if you change the original one, it will change on the timeline too. So, and with this one, I don't want it centered. I want to, let's put it up here, over here. Okay, and then I just close that, and here it is in my titles bin, and I can just drop it. I'm going to drop it right there. I'm going to put a I don't know what's going on there. Hold on. I'm going to move this down now that we're working. Oh, I see, it's all big opened. All right, so there it is. I did the Control D, so I put the dissolves on it. So let's see how that looks. There we go. All right, so it has the same exact font and the treatment and colors and whatever else there. You can also move these using the effect control. So if I wanted that tractor's font to move during the video, I could do that. So let's do that. Let's do the position. So now you can't see it because I have the dissolve on it. So I'm going to actually take the dissolve off so we can see it. I like to do this before I put the dissolve on so I can actually see what's going on. So, oops, I did not mean to do that. Alright, so here it is. I'm going to change, I have it at the beginning of the font like we showed in the effects section. I want to change the position. You can see this one changes the horizontal position, and this one changes the vertical, and you can do them both. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn that on, so I have a new keyframe right there, and then I'm going to go to the end. I'm going to get rid of that cross dissolve, and I'm going to go to the end of that piece, and back up one so I can see it. And then I actually want to move it so it goes sort of horizontally. So it's going to start at the upper right, and then I'm going to have it move down just by manipulating these numbers a little bit to there. Alright, so now it has 2 keyframes. It's going to do the tweening for us. So let's see what that looks like. There we go. Alright, so if you want to have it, start off the screen, you can do that. Or have it go off the screen. So let's have it go off the screen. Let me back up one so I can see it. I'm going to actually have it go off the screen. So let's see how that looks. It's just going to go whoop, it's gone. Okay, so that is titles. Titles are easy. You can do a lot of different things with them. There's also, if you want to, you can do a roll, which is when the titles move from the top of the screen to the bottom of the screen, like the end of a movie, or a crawl, which is where it goes across the screen, sort of like on ESPN or the news, when they have the titles at the bottom of the screen showing you the latest news.